the next step where we have finally our shape cut out and we have it sanded down to where we want it. We have our holes bored, and I've now traced a couple of the logos that I wanted specifically for this particular project. I've fit it exactly to my hand the way I want it to be. I've traced out the negative of the Roadster logo, which is part of the Miata heritage from the Unos Roadster, and also Jinba Itai, which is Japanese for horse and rider being one, and that's something that's deeply ingrained in the design that they used originally for the Miatas. So we're going to proceed to the next step here, which is going to be actually doing more work with everybody's favorite tool. That would be the laser. When doing so, always be sure to wear your safety glasses. This is not a game. What we're doing for this is we're focusing the laser right at the point where the beam waist is the most narrow. That point is where we get our best ablation using the laser on the lower power setting. In a continuous wave mode, that means that the laser isn't being pulsed. It's just continuously flowing photons in a narrow wavelength in a single direction. So it's a narrow dispersion, and here it's being focused so that we can remove material in a pinpoint fashion. And we have really good control over the path. That allows us to do all this fine trace work. Once we have the outer path traced, we'll go back on a higher power setting and remove all the material in the middle. In some sections where it's really narrow, that won't be necessary. As you may be able to see in camera here, I have pretty good control over how the laser follows the pattern. You just got to be sure not to drink too much coffee beforehand, and you should also go to the bathroom before you play with toys like this. It's really hard to draw a straight line if you've got your legs crossed, you know? As long as you keep a consistent distance between where you're trying to burn and the laser, your pattern will be consistent and your ablation will be smooth and continuous. In sections like this one right here where it's real narrow, we won't have to come back in and ablate further. All we will have to do is make sure that we remove enough material that we can fill it with the paint later. It's a lot of work to get it to this stage, but it's well worth it.